everything I know I learned living in that house.
When did you start playing, Barry? When did you start playing guitar?
Oh, when I was about 10.
About 10?
Yeah. I was born in 1929.
I'll tell you what, you're a legend. I remember you dancing on tables and playing that guitar at Bill's La Gourmet.
I started playing guitar. You know, we didn't have no radio. Shit, when I was a kid. We didn't have no radio. My grandfather, I'm from Chalky. They had paper tape. I'm from a town called Chalky, Oklahoma. Well, right across the railroad tracks is where we were McIntyre's grandfather lived, Johnny McIntyre. Not mention that all the time because we claim Stringtown as home. But my grandfather moved from Cheyenne, Oklahoma, way over, back across here, over to Chalky. Grandson, Melvin, Grandpa bought Melvin a guitar, Sears and Roebuck.
Sears and Roebuck.
Shit, in my time, Melvin could play, man. And across the highway there on Highway 69, at the schoolhouse, it doubled as a church house for the schoolhouse and the church house. They had a piano in there. Melvin could play that. Do that boogie woogie, play all that stuff, man. So naturally, I'm listening to Melvin, you know, and I'm copying Melvin, but we moved away from Melvin, moved down to Boggy Bend. Well, this man named U.R. Washington run a good time house. He sold homebrew chop, poker games on the weekend. He played guitar. Then two more men there, man, Mr. Bernie Sanderson and Mr. Homer Watkins, all them played guitar. But Mr. Bernie Sanderson's style of guitar was more jazz style, you know, they're playing the same thing. And then when I moved to Stringtown, I met this man named Martin Kemp. Well, Martin Kemp was rough guitar player, but he knew more guitar than the rest of it, but his head was crude. And then, you know, the first music I heard was Grand Ole Opry, you know, because that was all was on the radio. And then later on I heard T-Bone Walker. Well, that's how I got started playing, but shit, I just mimicking, you know. Well, when I went in the Army, I ended up in Japan, bought me a guitar over there, didn't do a damn thing with it. I too busy getting high.
You were young. You were young.
Yeah, I was 20 years old.
Yeah, having a good time.
Then I came back to the States. I flipped around and this guy at home named Leo bought a guitar so I could have something to play. And I really couldn't play until I got in the band with Clear Across Texas. Couldn't play a damn thing. They brought me back home. Then I learned two songs, Honky Tonk and Blues After Hours. Honky Tonk by Bill Dog and Blues After Hours by Pee Wee Creighton. You ever heard those two?
Yeah.
So I learned those. And then this band from Muskogee hired me.
Oh.
Well, they were playing 12-piece orchestra now.
Oh, shit.
They playing Perdido and Flying Home and 7 Come 11 and shit. I don't know about that. Hey, play me a B-flat chord. I don't know what B-flat is. I don't know where nothing is.
That's awesome.
I just know what key I'm in. And then when I left and came here. Well, I'm learning jazz there, you know, because I got to learn, try to learn. But when I get here, they playing jazz in this town, but where I can't land at, they're playing no jazz. I landed up at Flagler Garden. You ever heard of Flagler Garden? Flagler Garden on 29th Street out there, on 25th Street. Yeah, 25th Street. Well, you know where it used to be Langover Trailer Rental set there on that corner? Do you remember that?
Oh, by Hillside? And
25th and Broadway.
Oh, 25th. Oh, all right.
Well, you turn across the tracks and go over that. You know, it used to be a lumber company set there off the bypass, Payless or whatever it was. But right across the street there is where Flagler Garden was. R.D. Hancock owned Flagler Garden. And the way that came about was he had a greyhound dog. And I guess he named that dog Flagler after Flagler down there in Florida because that's where he won all that money and built this club. Well, when I came here, the Langovers were running that club, and it was Rhythm City. Well, they don't want no jazz. They want shit, you know, up on music folks dancing to. Then I played there, and then I ended up going out to the Bomber Club. You ever heard of the Bomber Club?
The Bomber Club, yeah.
Bomber, yeah.
The Bomber Club, the TikTok Lounge.
Yeah.
Well, Phil Beach was a test pilot at Boeing. He owned both clubs. And Kid Thomas from Chicago was playing there, right? And Kid Thomas was playing blues. He playing harmonica and walking up and down the table and up on top of the piano and everything. So all this just it keeps evolving. Then I ended up at the Rock Castle for what the hell, Bill in Virginia. I ended up out there playing for them, and then they burned the Cowboy Inn down over here on West Street. You remember that?
They burned the Cowboy Inn down.
I ended up playing for them guys. There was the Cowboy Inn, and then I got to have that theme song. We don't should write a theme song, goddammit. Rocking and rolling at the Cowboy Inn. And then I just floated, man. I played in every damn hole in town. All of them. And I played all these years, man. Junction City, I hated Junction City because black people couldn't get a place to stay in Junction City. You sleeping in the car, sleeping in the holes. I hated Junction City down in that hole on 9th Street. And all over Kansas, man. Then I ended up at the Elks Lounge down on 9th Street.
Yeah, the Elks.
Elks Lounge. We had, well, at first it was 3 people. Eddie Taylor playing guitar, Eric Robinson on drum, and David Brewer playing bass.
David Brewer.
The crowd is the man that's running the club, and his wife, and a guy named Tom Holmes coming there, and Lisa. 5 people.
5 people.
That's their crowd. Friday, Saturday. So we kept on playing, and then I got involved. Because this woman named Catherine Smith was a booking agent, and I was working with her, Junction City. I get involved in the club. And so then we still got the same crowd to pay us. $5 a man on Friday, $10 a man on Saturday, $2 a man on Sunday. I'm lying to you.
That's awesome.
That's the crowd. But we played. You see, we were playing. Well, when you start reading the history of most musicians, especially jazz musicians, you find that jazz musicians were not making no money. They were playing in dumps. You know, but that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to play. So it used to be that way with us. We wanted to play. Regardless, there was no money. But we knew eventually we would make some kind of money out of this thing. So we started the flow show down there. They start the flow show. And they go down on Murdoch, and they get these homosexuals. Call them punks.
Punks.
Yeah. Johnny made them they're not, you know they men because there's somebody's working them around. So anyhow, we get them, they come and they start doing a fire dance.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Fire dance, street dance. Well, in the club, we had the Esquire on North Broadway.
Yeah.
Big Esquire and Little Esquire. Well, Big Esquire always had, you could eat steak dinner, always had a floor show, a good jazz band playing.
Yeah.
And a good poker game, crap game in the back, you know.
Yeah.
So now, get these punks and they start doing this floor show thing down there. And our crowd begin to pick up. Our crowd picks up.
That brought them in, huh?
And now we done come from 5 people till you can't get in there. 8 o'clock, you got to have your seat by 7:30 to get in. We got 150 people in here.
Hey.
75, 80 look like 150. I don't know what. Then they go up to the funeral home and they rent a casket and the wheels. And they brought that casket back down there and they stood it up back there in the shed house. In the back, and they stood it up back there. And then they're doing the floor show, right? And these homosexuals are doing this fire act. Blah, 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 blah. And then they turn on all the damn lights. And the only light you see is the light behind the bar that said Elks.
Yeah.
And they shoot a smoke bomb. Got all these different colors in it. And they roll this casket out back there right in front of the bandstand. And when they got in front of the bandstand, the band quit playing the drum. Go, blue, 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 blue. And this tall, big black son of a bitch gets out of this casket.
Hey, were you still making $10 on? I mean, $10 on Saturday and $5 on Friday when they all those people?
About $10 a band now.
Yeah.
All 3 now. And so they rolled him out of there.
That's a show.
He done that dance and rolled him back in there and put him in that casket and rolled him back out there. You talking about a crowd. We got a crowd going now.
That's
now
awesome.
we got 3 nights guaranteed that we're going to work. So now we begin to play parties for the Elks and the Shriners and the social parties and stuff.
Money man.
We making money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Topeka playing for the black and white ball. Those is the Shriners. I played that 28 years in a row, man.
Dang.
You know how much it's paying? Hell, we're making $800 a night.
Dang.
$800 a night with a 5-piece band. Shit, we making money.
And that day, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Anytime we leave the Elks, we making $25 a night now, $30 a night, my man.
Yeah.
So 4 times 30 is what? 120. So we got a $500 gig to continue.
Yeah.
We making money.
Yeah.
When we go out of town, we can make $800,000 going out of town. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Topeka,
Big city.
Kansas City, Kansas.
Did you go back to Junction with that band? Junction City?
No, Junction City. Every now and then we might go to Manhattan and play.
Get close.
But they got plenty of stuff going in Junction City. I think maybe we went to Junction City a couple of times. But then we began to make a little money, see. And then I played for the Pleasureneer Club 26 years in Topeka.
Dang.
One club 28 years, which is black and white ball. And another club called the Pleasureneers, 26 years. Wow. We went up there. I went back up there after disco came in, right? They wiped everybody's ass up. You know where to play. Here come all this music cool in the gang.
Yeah.
War and all these groups.
Yeah.
And we don't know nothing about it. We not hearing this. We're not a blues band now by a long shot. Because we playing what's on the jukebox.
Yeah.
We got Ruth Brown, we got Faye Adams, we got James Brown, we got, who else? We got the Fire Royals, the Midnighters. They don't consider none of this blues. We not playing, we never played no Johnny Lee Hooker.
Yeah.
No Muddy Waters, never.
Yeah.
Because nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that. We not playing that.
Yeah.
The closest thing we playing to blues is B.B. King and Otis Redding.
Yeah. Yeah. Smooth it in.
Huh?
Smooth it in.
Smooth jazz.
And everything else is jazz blues. That's why my style is different, Lee.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, I can play that. I can play that Johnny Lee Hooker shit. Don't think I can't. Because I learned to play it as a kid.
Yeah.
West Texas blues.
Yeah.
Take me back. See, I got my finger, that makes a difference. But we're not playing no blues.
Yeah.
We're playing what's on the jukebox, you see. And all this revolves and you keep going and going and going. Well, by the time disco comes along, wipes everybody's butt up, and nobody got nowhere to play. And the white kids begin to listen to the blues. You hear the British invasion. They begin to listen to blues because, now, why is it that we're not hearing any blues? Well, going to Detroit, Michigan, you heard that song, I Got to Leave You Behind? I'm going up there and getting me a job on the Cadillac assembly line.
Right.
So I'm tired of hooping and hollering up down these country roads. I'm going up north where I don't have to say, what? Yes, the ball.
Yeah.
This is the great exodus. Whoa! What was the Jordan River? Cross over the Jordan River didn't mean a damn thing by those days. Jerusalem, it meant the Mississippi River.
Amen.
That's what it meant, you know. The exodus from the south to the north for freedom for the black people where they hadn't that known freedom. You know. Well, by this time when the white kids start, it don't be for B.B. King, though, see. Muddy Waters could not create the shit that B.B. created.
Right.
Even though they got famous,
Yeah.
but B.B. King the one put it out there. One song, The Thriller's Gone. You never recorded The Thriller's Gone, never got rich.
Yeah.
But they put it out there. So now here come Eric Clapton. Here come all the Steve Winwood and Steve, all these guys.
Yeah. British invasion, yeah.
Yep.
The blues is hot, but not up in the black club.
Yeah.
So you got to remember this about that thing. We don't want to be reminded of shit that happened to us.
Yeah. Right.
Back of the way, it's the same thing with the German people in the Holocaust. They don't teach the kids about the Holocaust because they don't want to be reminded of it. Well, we didn't want to be reminded either. All them old iron cook stoves, pots and shit we had, we threw them away. You can't find a black person in this town got no slave artifacts. Not one.
Yeah,
But I bet
exactly.
you can find some white people with it. Huh? Because they didn't throw them away.
Yeah.
See? They didn't throw their heritage away. They picked up our heritage and got rich with it because we didn't want it anymore. Well, it's the same thing going on now. Well, now here come the blues. Well, black musicians don't want to play no blues because we still got Teddy Pendergast. And we got all these folks.
Yeah, we
We're
got
not going to talk blues. But you see, the second band in Old Town. The first person in Old Town was Donald Dunn. He didn't have no band. But when they opened up Rick's Rib Rack, you know, Rick's Rib Rack, then Panama Red Roadhouse. You know where they were? They on Douglas on St. Francis, round the corner. You know, there used to be a beer jar and a pool hall. They on that corner, all the drunks here. So here we come. Hired me, came in there and I was playing Rick's Rib Rack. And that guy sold it to Dennis White and he changed his name up to Panama Red. We played 7 years there, 3 nights a week. We got the young white kids coming there to hear what we play and they hadn't heard that before.
Yeah.
We got a house full of damn folks.
How much you making there?
Oh, we make about $35, $40 a man.
Awesome.
3 nights, we had pretty good.
Yeah.
Plus, I was cleaning up the joint. Hell out of it.
Making a little extra.
Well, now, a young white kid named Casey Steiner and another kid was studying something out at WSU. And Casey started taking pictures, video pictures. All of a sudden, here come Pat O'Connor. You know Pat O'Connor? P.J. O'Connor. He's doing a class at WSU called Blues in the School.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
He hears about me. Come out here and talk to the class. So I go out there and I play and they videotaping. And then it moved from there to Friends University, North High School, this high school. I'm all over town. They taking pictures, you know. They taking pictures and they write the shit. I got a book come out of Holland, Belgium. I'm in this book come out of Belgium. I'm in a book come out of the University of Arkansas. I'm out of 2 books come out of Wichita that Pat O'Connor wrote. All this is revolving. I'm being, everybody getting knowing me now. They didn't know me.
Yeah.
See, they don't know these other musicians like they know me because I'm in the mix out here, see. All of a sudden, Dennis decides that he'd be better off changing bands every week. So he fired us. In 3 months' time, his club didn't have shit. You see, because here's the thing about it. When people make a mistake, they think that by getting this band this week, this band next week, gonna build a crowd. That's not the way you build a crowd.
No.
See, because there's some people going, if you got a band and you 3 are playing together, somebody like y'all, and they're gonna come every week to hear you damn me over there because they like you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep. Yep.
See, and the longer you stay there, you see Lotus down there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still
they're
playing.
legends.
Still
Forever.
playing. Still
Huh?
playing.
They've
Yeah.
been around forever.
Goddamn right, and they still playing. They,
Yep.
Just interchange parts every once in a while.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't change. Well, they fired us. 3 months later, there was no club. Then they had the guy coming there that got the River's Edge. What's his name? You know, the River's Edge. You know what the River's Edge?
Yeah, I know where
Yeah.
they are.
Well, he owns that club too up there on Central.
Oh,
I mean on Douglas. And he got a club in Topeka.
Huh.
Well, hell, he won't hire us. But he hire young white kids to come in there and play the blues.
Play the blues.
They won't hire me. Huh?
You're kidding me.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
Oh,
That's awesome.
I've been through this shit with this. Now, I don't fool. I couldn't put up with this shit that goes on now. The white musicians and the black musicians are all the same. They all got a problem. Who you playing with? Oh, I'm playing with John's band. And I'm playing with Tom's band. I'm playing with, well, how in the hell you playing But all
3
these bands,
bands.
but Paul needs you to work tonight, but you got to go with John. They got no loyalty to each other. And the black ones are worse because all these black motherfuckers walk around here, they think they better than each other. None of us can play a goddamn thing. None of us can't go nowhere. Split Lip Rayfield, the only band you talk about that's been doing any damn thing out this town.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a couple of little white bands. Yeah. Ain't no black band doing shit in this town, going nowhere. Rudy Love, he's back here playing at the goddamn front county line down there.
Yeah, he's in Mulvane this weekend.
Where's he down there?
Yeah.
He wrote one of the best songs. He sold $1 million. He wrote $1 million selling.
Yeah.
Ray Charles recorded it. Your Love Is So Doggone Good, I think. He got a gold record. He married a rich white woman.
Yeah, I used to work with Rudy.
Huh?
I used to work with Rudy
Did
down at Albert's.
Yeah. Why is he here?
Yeah.
You worked at Albert's?
That's a question.
Wow.
His
Worked at Albert's.
boy, Rudy, his junior, went to L.A.
Oh,
and
my California.
he's trying to be
It's funny, I
successful.
saw his son on Facebook. I thought it was him, and
He'll more likely go. He'll more likely do better than Dad. Why is he here? That's the question.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, brother.
Why is it we can't get off the ground as musicians in this town and do nothing?
It's tough.
That's the question, you see. Well, I got all this recognition. I ain't got a penny.
There you go.
Ain't nobody gonna give me nothing. I can't borrow nothing, pay nothing, I'm too scared to steal. Well, you think that I suppose, man, that if I open my mouth and ask somebody for something, they'd give me, they'd help me.
Oh, they would.
But I don't know how to ask nobody for nothing. I never asked nobody for nothing. I'm independent. I got a wife at home sick, been 4 fucking hospitals and 4 nursing homes. Nobody can give me a goddamn quarter. They said, what can I do to help you? What you mean, what can you do to help me? Ain't 2 things you can do. Pray for me and give me some money.
Yeah, yeah.
all we ought to do is have a benefit.
Yeah, we really ought to have a benefit show. Let you come up there and school them.
Shit, I can't do it. I can't have no benefit show. I'll be begging motherfuckers say he's asking for something. I can't give me.
Well, all the proceeds would go to you. It would, you know.
Well, if it's somebody to do work, that's
Yeah.
right.
There's lots of musicians that come in and play, you know, and
Well, they did a benefit for me when my daughter died. Yeah, they gave me about $700-800. But I'm just saying, you know, there are times when I'm having a rough time, you know, 'cause I get $1,300 a month and she gets $700 a month. By the time $182 car payment, $150 light bill, $180 gas bill.
Yeah.
Shit, where's my money?
Yeah.
But you see, they play my music in California off of a CD. I'm gonna send some more stuff out there for them to play. Well, I won't make nothing, but it's one thing I have done. I have got a lot of friends.
You're a legend in this town, brother. You're a legend in this town.
Hello, this is Brent.
This area, for that
I've
matter.
left a lot here
What's
for
going on,
people.
Jeremy?
Hey, do you remember any times you jammed with Pat McJimsey playing the blues?
I know Pat McJimsey before Pat McJimsey could play a note. I knew Pat McJimsey when Pat McJimsey was a boy, and U.S. Thomas was driving the cab. Did you when they had Pat McJimsey's funeral, did you hear him talk about this black guy, U.S. Thomas?
No,
I don't know what the relationship was between Pat's mama and U.S. Thomas, but Charles Thomas played with this band called Merging Traffic. You heard of them?
Yeah, yeah.
That's U.S.'s son. Well, U.S. had a trash truck. I lived in the 1800 block on Wayne. He lived in the 1800 block on Grove, on the corner. Had a trash truck. And later on, he started driving a cab. I was playing in Elks. U.S. used to bring Pat down there at the Elks when Pat was 15 years old. Jerry Woods,
Yeah.
Mike Finnegan,
Yeah.
Renee Aaron,
Yeah.
what was Donna Davis's husband's name? 'Cause he could play, he played his ass off. But all them guys came over. They was all, you could find them over there at the black part of town. 'Cause the club stayed open all night. See, you could find them. They would come in. They come in there and play. And Jerry Woods was one of the best. You ever heard Jerry Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Woods was too tough to handle. Jerry played more organ, just as much organ as he played guitar. Huh? You hear him play organ? Yeah. Then you had, what's his name?
Mike Finnegan. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Finnegan, you see, but we had some organ players over there. Ass like we had guards and Sims. Gordon Sims make that organ walk.
Gordon Sims?
Gordon Sims played with Willie Wright in the VIP.
I was going to.
Oh, he died out in Denver.
Shit, I can't
But
remember.
see, he wasn't so bad because we had this Carla Burns. You know Carla Burns? You heard of Carla Burns?
Yeah, yeah.
My mammy. Sang opera. Well, her uncle named Jerry Burns. That's who brought me here. Jerry Burns played piano. He couldn't tell you the damn thing he played, but he could play. But he could sound like George Sherry. He could sound like Earl Garner. He could sound like anybody he wanted to sound like on that piano. And he knew what he do. Well, Gordon Sims was just learning organ. They get a filthy vodka and lock up down there in the club all day long. And Jerry Burns show Gordon Sims all them turnarounds and passing chords and shit. At the foot band. And Gordon Sims was bad, and then Carl Wright, who was the bass player for the band, after Gordon left, he switched from bass over to organ. He just had a stroke here about a couple of years ago because he quit playing the club to play in the church. We had some bad acts out there. We was Reddy Freddy played organ, shit played with his team. Jerry Childers, you remember Jerry Childers?
No.
Oh man, we had a bunch of just a crop of musicians over there, you know, black one. Now you find some good players because they play in church.
Yeah.
And you can't tell them that because they can't come out here and play blues. They cannot hear it, but you see a blues player, we play in the club, you can go in the church and play. Church musicians can't come in.
Can't go the other way, yeah.
Because they don't hear what we hear.
Good point.
It's a totally different thing.
I know your wife's probably waiting on you, but man, thanks for sharing. I know your wife's probably waiting on you, but thanks for sharing.
No, I'm gonna call him in a few minutes. I gotta get my hair fixed. We're going to church tonight.
What church do you go to, Barry?
I'm going to Shiloh.
You go to the same church every week? I mean, that's your church?
Huh?
You go to the same church every week? That's your church?
Yeah, I was at one church named Community Baptist Church. Something happened over there. A young man threatened me, and I said, fuck it. So I'm over to Shiloh there. My cousin's the pastor.
Awesome.
They having a benefit for another pastor tonight. So I'm gonna go over there and play a little bit. So I've enjoyed my life, man.
Well, we've sure enjoyed hearing all your music, that's for sure.
You know that?
But I love watching you play, though.
Well, the right fix is pull the frets out and plane the front door down at the end of it, you know? Yeah. Well, this thing is just, it's $100.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It was something to learn on, or trying to learn on.
You play that?
I know that tune.
Huh?
I know the tune.
Can you play it? Mr. Crump, you ever heard that song?
Mr. Crump.
Now, there's history behind this. Try to remember. Mr. Crump. Mr. Crump don't like it. Ain't gonna have it here. Tell house women quit drinking that beer. Mr. Crump don't like it. Ain't gonna have it here. And Mr. Crump was a ward boss.
No.
And
None of us did. No.
Memphis, Tennessee.
That's the kind of advice you
Nashville,
give.
Tennessee.
There's no way.
Nashville. Mr. Crump.
I think it might
the
think
ward
so,
boss.
but
Just like Harry Truman
I don't
was a
think
ward
it
boss.
was sure.
In the black community, you get no job unless you went to Mr. Crump. Memphis, I think. I got the book at the house.
That's why.
Memphis. You get no job unless you went to Mr. Crump. So Mr. Crump. And then they have another call. Ellis
My daughter's got this electronic baby. They sent her home with school. And I tell you what, I told her, I said, you better not wake me up tonight. I said, you're going to fall. That's we'll get her something else to carry. She doesn't know why James
take me back.
But the thing is, it shows up as soon as you get into whatever beat.
Don't do nothing.
You gotta figure that out.
You don't like.
That's
I like your body. I don't care. But your word. I'm going up, going down. I'm going up, down. Any way you want me to go. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, what you want, baby? What do you want me to do?
I'll be in sound. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That is a nice guitar there.
Thank you, Barry.